like so, because I'm going to see if I can get my foot a little bit lower down the wall. So again, popping the forehead down, and I'm going to walk my feet towards my face, take my right leg up on the inhale. Adduct the inner thighs and then let the foot dangle over the head, and that will help take the left foot up. So my right foot touching the wall, my left foot inner thigh adducted, pointing away like so. And breathe. My head is on the floor. Try not to have too much weight in the head. So you're going to work in a moment to lift the head off the floor here. So you're going to push the elbows down, keep squeezing the brick, push the elbows down, and lift the head off the mat. One foot on the wall, one in the air, head off the mat, and then exhale down. Okay, let's exhale. Foot back down, knees down. Let's start with the other leg, and we're going to lift up the head again, okay? So squeeze the brick, press the elbows down, forehead down. So back of my head is against the edge of the brick, okay? And try the left leg. So inhale, extend up towards the ceiling. Now bend the foot and let it dangle over the head, over the hip, and there you go, touch the wall. Okay. I could even be a little bit further away. You could try this with a little bit further away. Squeeze the elbows, lift the head off the mat. Off, woo. You can even prove, look, my head's off the mat. Exhale down, and then down and come again. Okay, so take a moment. You might need to just rest the arms, and you can always rest in child's pose there if you wish. You can take longer there if you want to. Okay, so the next pose, or next practice we're going to do is with the head off the floor. So I'm still going to grip my brick here, but I'm going to leave my head off the floor. Okay, so my head is going to stay above my shoulders, so I'm going to actually look at a spot just on the edge of the brick. It might be my head can drop through, but to begin with, I'm going to look forward. So here we go. Squeeze my elbows. My head is not down there to begin with. So I'm looking down, okay? Inhale, right leg up. Keep squeezing your elbows in. Then drop the foot behind you until it touches the wall, okay? Inner thighs squeeze together. Head off the floor. Good. So don't drop the head. You can, look at that, chin to chest, but really to get your balance in forearm, in Pincha Mayurasana, you're going to need to have the head up because it'll counterweight your feet, okay? So exhale, goes that foot, and we'll try the other leg. So if you need to take a break, of course you can take a break. I'm not going to put my head down, grip around the edge of the brick. So, okay, keep my head up, inhale, left leg up, and then exhale, dangle the foot, there it goes, and then up, adduct the legs, and there we go. Okay, foot on the wall, head off the brick, and breathe, point the toe. Okay, exhale, foot down, knees down, and then take a moment to take a break. Okay, sit up. That's the last of the work that we're going to do against the wall, although you can always practice the pose against the wall, like that, using the full position with the hands. The final little segment is what we can do freestanding, or free headstanding perhaps. Okay, so what we're going to begin with is a variation of headstand, but with Pincha Mayurasana arms, okay? So, with the palms facing down and the forearms parallel here, I'm going to pop my head onto the mat as if I'm going to do a headstand, but I'm going to keep my elbows in and not splay them out to the side. So we're going to begin with a headstand. So you want to gain confidence in a normal headstand before you start practicing variations. I'm going to assume you're going to be sensible out there in yoga land. Squeeze the elbows in, push the floor away, and then I'm going to pop my forehead down clunk, between my wrists, okay? And then inhale, right foot up, and then I'm just going to float up my other leg to meet it. Okay, so here we go. So Baddha Sirsasana C pose. Breathe. Keep weighting the elbows. Don't let the elbows splay out to the sides. If the elbows splay out to the sides, you're not ready for the forearm balance yet. Maybe use a wall. Definitely not the freestanding version. Okay, hollow the lower belly, exhale, and then down we go. Again, if you need to take a break for a moment, then take the arms out, pop the head down into child's pose. Okay, so lift up. Okay, so the full pose, okay, now you can use a brick like we did against the wall if you want. I don't recommend using a strap around the elbows, okay? You may have seen it done with the elbows strapped, but this is not going to help you to practice the pose, or it will help you fake it, but it won't help you develop the pose. So you'll be able to do the pose and you'll feel great, but then you'll take the strap off and have a go without it and it'll get worse. So it's like you've sacrificed the pose for like a short-term hit of what it feels like to do the pose, but in fact there's no long-term benefit, which maybe that's a symptom of our society, who knows. Anyway, if you're intelligent, which I'm going to assume you are, clever mind manipulation now, then I would not use a strap around your elbows. So you need to actively work on squeezing the elbows in, but you could use a brick around the hands if you want, because that's quite useful, particularly if you haven't got the ability to be able to redistribute weight right out into the fingertips. So full Pincha Mayurasana requires the fingertips to do an awful lot of the balancing, so a lot of adjusting in the edges of the fingers. Okay, so if you're going to use a brick, pop a brick in there, okay? Otherwise, the palms are going to face down, the elbows are going to come in, and they're going to come in a little bit narrower than the shoulders so that when the inevitable sliding out of the elbows happens, they don't go too wide. Okay, now, first thing is to lift the bum up and leave the head above the shoulders, okay? So the head has to stay forwards like so when we go up, and so you'll notice that we're going to go into a back bend. So the first thing we're going to do is the same thing that we did against the wall. We're going to inhale the right foot up, and imagine the wall was there, so you're going to dangle the foot over the head, and you might have to give yourself a little kick. Up, there we go. Squeeze the inner thighs, dangle the foot, point the other foot away, and breathe. And again, this is easier than the full pose. You ought to try to teach in this. This is keep squeezing your elbows in. If it feels like you're going to face plant, you're not ready.